Yo, what's up?
早上好，中国。
Let's make a track like Babytron, the 8th wonder of the world. James Johnson, better known as Babytron, is a rapper from Ypsilanti, Michigan, known for his creative punchlines, interesting sample choices, and for being the 8th wonder of the world. Babytron was introduced to hip-hop by his father, showing him classics like Nas, Jay-Z, and 50 Cent at a pretty young age. He was also introduced to a few Michigan rappers as well, like Blade Icewood, Street Lord Juan, and Team Eastside. And his dad was also a rapper too back in the day.
Guns for my enemies, roses for their funeral. When I shed the blood of my opponents, yes, it's beautiful shit.
Babytron started rapping with his friends when he was in high school, and they would just record themselves freestyling over beats in a closet. Babytron, Stan Will, and TRD started their own collective called Shitty Boys. After releasing a few songs together, a lot of the kids from their school started bumping their songs, which made them want to work on music seriously. And after that, Babytron started releasing a ton of music, making 5 albums with the Shitty Boys and 8 solo and collab albums. That's 13 albums within the last 4 years. He also appeared on Lil Yachty's mixtape Michigan Boy Boat, giving him a lot of mainstream exposure and showcasing this Michigan style of rap to a much bigger audience. And right now, Babytron is killing it, hitting over 1 million followers on Spotify, having music videos by Cole Bennett, and even being labeled a XXL freshman earlier this year. Babytron may be a shitty boy, but he is far from a shitty rapper. Babytron likes to rap on a lot of Detroit-style drill beats, which is a really interesting style of regional hip-hop music. These beats tend to be mid-tempo with a lot of piano, bell, and string samples. They also have these deep, booming basses with a lot of minimal hi-hats and short, snappy snares. For my beat, I went with something that was pretty busy. It had these crazy, epic horns, and it made me feel like I was making a basketball highlight mixtape.
Damn, Praxi, that's a pretty cool sample.
Thanks, I got it from Cymatics. The guys over at Cymatics came through with their newest sample pack, Zodiac 3, packed filled with powerful and emotional samples that are perfect for hip-hop, R&B, and Afro beats. The sample pack also comes with stems and MIDI files for each sample, and all of the samples are 100% royalty-free. If you want to try out the beta, I'll have the link in the description. It is free to download. I loved how the sample sounded, but I wanted it to be a little bit different, so I pitched it up 300 cents, and I looped this section of it for the beat drop. I also added some effects too, just some origin for a subtle lo-fi feel, and an EQ and stereo shaper. I also added this bell sound effect just to spice it up a little bit. For the drums, I used some pretty steady hi-hats and claps, and some pretty driving kicks. The 808 is fairly simple, just following the kick drum rhythm and playing the root notes of the sample. That's pretty much it. Here's the beat. After I finished the beat, I was happy with how it came out, but I was still unsatisfied. After listening to Babytron songs like Prince of the Mitten, King of the Galaxy, and Emperor of the Universe, I really love how Babytron just goes from beat to beat. So I decided to make a few more beats using more of the samples from the Zodiac 3 sample pack. That's right, we're doing a beat making speed round. The next beat is using a MIDI from one of the samples, and I'm playing it with this Morphine preset. EQ, stereo shaper, reverb, simple. The third beat is going to be a little bit faster to make for some more interesting flows. I used this sample, pitched it up 100 cents, and added an EQ and a reverb. Next, I used this 808 to play the root notes. And lastly, let's add some punchy percussion. For the final beat, I wanted to embrace the silly, funny, goofy side of Babytron's music, while also paying homage to his love for old samples in sports music. That's right, I decided to sample Jellyfish Jam. I pitched it down 270 cents and then added a high-pass EQ and stereo shaper. I just loved how it sounded and everything else just fell into place. I made 2 bass patterns, one for an A section and one for a B section. And I also did this cool double time thing with the drums. I love how this beat turned out. Here's what it sounds like. Now that the beats are done, I could arrange them however I want and make my own Babytron-esque song. I wanted to name it similarly to something like Babytron, and I was going to use his formula for these freestyle tracks, and they usually go something like royalty of the place, so I decided to name mine Archduke of the Tri-State Area. Babytron's flow is a perfect example of Michigan-style spice talk. It's a type of flow where you don't necessarily need to be on beat, as long as the last couple words in the bar rhyme and follow the same rhythmic pattern. But he does occasionally have some pretty steady and interesting flows, and he's really good at switching between the two. He also has this Michigan drawl with his words, and it adds an interesting element to his songs. His bars vary for many different topics, ranging from sports, mostly basketball, pop culture and cartoon references, occasional drug bars, and of course, scamming. His bars are typically pretty funny and witty, but not too much like an ironic rapper. His bars are definitely more funny haha than they are funny weird. I think Babytron kind of represents that work hard sportsman mentality, that hard work beats talent type of mentality. He's a rapper that just goes in the booth, does what he does, and creates a sick vibe. And a lot of his songs kind of reflect his work ethic. It's all very organic and very Babytron. I do like his music a lot, and I think he's a very witty rapper, but I don't want him to be put in that same category as like a meme rapper or an ironic rapper. I think he's got some longevity, but I want to see where it goes. By myself, do my own cipher. Never had to depend on nobody, bought my own diapers. You gon' get smoked in the booth, you a ghostwriter. Everything you do is online, you a no-lifer. Back when I was little, I was hungry, never had hibachi. Feeling like I'm Dilla doing donuts on a Kawasaki. Balenciaga's heavy on my feet, used to rock Karachi. Every time I hop up on the beat, snapping like it's Pocky. Looking like the Bobcats, I ain't seen them win. I might slide on my op with my evil twin. My girl got a 5 head cause she thinking big. Doing too much, I don't know what he think he did. Designer pants on me holding like 50 G's. Y'all really say the same shit like an NPC. Skimmed the Best Buy, bought a Mac with an EBT. I'ma pull up like Cena, you ain't seeing me. Got lethal weapons like the movies say. Not too tall, stand on my money 6'5" like Uzi say. Hopped out of bed, checked the wardrobe and decided it's a Louis day. Dressing like Black Ops, pull up in a ghost, looking like Call of Duty plays. I'ma sell the brand with the Draco, 4, 5, 6, running deep when I say so. Spinning that block like a Drado, shoot him in the head, now the boy got a halo. Turned up, I'ma lean off a potion. Iced out, got me looking like the ocean. Don't step to the boy, you don't know him. No shade like a Yankee with no brim. Gold earrings like Supreme Kai. Bro try to check me, put my pawn up at D5. I call Freddy looking ass, told me we lie. Get a little clout with some buzz to a beehive. Smack him in the back of his head and tell him behave. I could drop 100, make it back like I'm B Gates. I could drop another 100 bands and I be straight. Hellcat coming with the juice like a V8. I'ma step into the spot, put my city on. Dropped in and left, get bull worm, now your city gone. Said he from the streets, I ain't seen him, but he been at home. A lot of y'all boys big cap like you Dimmadome. Bag chase, everything's a money move. Only talk to the cash, he a funny dude. How you tryna ball with the boys who ain't running shoes? Had to take these boys back to school, bitch, I'm Uncle Drew. That's it.